G'day guys, welcome back to another video. I was just at the weirdest competition, and I gotta say, this was honestly one of my favourite competitions I've been to because of how weird it was. Not to mention I got a few PBs, singles and averages, all that good stuff. And I finally broke one of my longest running averages. That's been a long-term goal for me, but anyway, I want to talk about this competition. It was called the Big Cube Melbourne 2023. And it was at this thing called the Big LAN. So as you can imagine, LAN as like a LAN server is for gaming. But they didn't just have that. It was essentially a, nerd convention because they had all this sort of different stuff. They had chess, they had gaming, they had arcades, they had people bringing their PCs in, and of course they also had a speed cubing competition. This was an official speed cubing competition. It wasn't just some side thing that they set up. This was official, so all of this is on the WCA. But it was pretty cool. It was weird having chess competition and a speed cubing competition, as well as a bunch of other people doing, I don't even know, playing games. They were playing Rocket League, Fall Guys, Trackmania, probably some other games I've never even heard of, because I'm not much of a gamer myself, but it looked pretty fun what they were doing anyway. So there's all these competitions going on all at once, including a bunch of retro games, Nintendo 64s, Mario Kart, things you could just join in, play with your friends, and it was really cool. So that's what I was doing for the breaks and in between my solves and all that. But let's get down to the results, right? So the first average I got for 3x3 was absolutely terrible. It was cold, my hands were stiff, the seats were really low, which is really annoying for me. You kind of gotta push your arms up a bit higher, which makes it a bit harder. So I got a 14-second average with only like a 12.5 single, which it really isn't that good for me. Then 2x2, I got a 4-second average with a 2.4-second single, which was actually a really lucky scramble. I kind of messed it up a bit. I could have got even faster, but no PRs there. And then one-handed, I did pretty average with a 30-second average and a 23 single, which I was pretty happy with. Blind, I DNF'd. I don't want to talk about it, don't worry. But then the second round of 3x3 was great. I literally got a PR single and average. Well, the PR single was a bit debatable because it's the exact same time I got 2 years ago. No. The average was 2 years ago. This was about a year ago when I went to the competition in America. If you haven't seen that, you should check out the video. It's really cool. I competed with Max Park, but it was 9.45 seconds back then, and I got the exact same thing, 9.45 seconds here as well. But I was actually more happy with the 11.53 average which I got, because it's been almost 2 years since I've had my 11.9, and I've never been able to get a sub 12 average before, even though I get it all the time at home. I genuinely think it was because of this cube, this one right here. This is an amazing cube. It's the Maglev UV YS3M. It's so good. You gotta try it out if you have a little bit of money, because it's a bit expensive, but it's so worth it. UV has honestly changed my life. It's actually, my times are so much better in competition now. It's great. And not only PRs in 3x3, I also got PRs in 3x3 one-handed as well. I'm not really surprised because I never used to practice, and I've been practicing a lot for this competition. So I was pretty happy for when I got a 26 average, almost sub 26, which would be pretty nice, at Worlds. You can also check out this video about that too. I got a really good single in one-handed, which was 22 seconds something. And I honestly thought I'd never beat that. It was a really lucky scramble. And then at this competition, I get a 21.73, which beats it by like almost a second. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that because it ended with a G-perm, which I don't know how I managed to get such a good time with the terrible ending, but it was just a really lucky scramble again, I guess. But at the same time, it's not luck anymore because I have improved my skills in one-handed. And then I finished off 2x2 with another 4-second average, so it was all, it was pretty good overall. It's always good to get PRs, but this competition was just really interesting because I've never had like a combination competition before. Let me know if you've ever been to a competition like this, where there's another thing going on at the same time, completely unrelated to speed cubing, but it's still sort of a competition atmosphere, and it's, not exactly like a sport, I guess more online or puzzle sort of things. I don't really know what you'd call chess. A board game? Sure. I've been to a competition before that they had an AFL football game playing at the same time, which I don't really think counts, but this was a really unique sort of experience. And it was cool, people who'd never seen speed cubing before, watching a competition, because, they were all gamers or chess players or whatever, and they'd probably never seen people solving a Rubik's Cube this fast in their life. So it was interesting to have a new crowd, and it was, pretty good to introduce some people to the community. But yeah, thanks to everyone for a great competition. Thanks to everyone that actually got me to sign stuff, which was really cool. It's always good to get recognized, and I'm always happy to talk to you if you want to have a chat, especially at competitions. But anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.